Rollup columns, previously called Rollup Fields, can be extremely useful when you need an aggregated value using data from multiple Dynamics 365 CRM records. Hello, my name is Andrea Klipgia, and I am a Solutions Specialist with Encore Business Solutions. In this video, I'll explain how to create and use Rollup columns, plus some limitations to be aware of. First, let's look at how to create a Rollup column. Today, we will be creating a Rollup column to find the total estimated revenue of all open opportunities for each account. As you can see on the screen, every open opportunity record has an associated account, as well as the estimated revenue. What this Rollup column will allow is to be able to view a specific account and have the aggregated value of all of these estimated revenues on that account calculated automatically. Let's navigate to Power Apps. Find the table you wish to create your column within. In our example, this is Accounts. Once here, we'll click New Column, just like we would for any other column. Then we enter our display name, and we can add a description if needed as well. Under Data Type, we'll select the data type of currency for our example. Please note that only certain data types allow for rollup behavior. These are number, date and time, and currency. You will not be able to create a rollup column with text, choice, lookups, and auto numbers. Under Behavior, we will select Rollup, and then first we'll save the column in order to edit our calculation. The column has been created, and now this pop-up is going to show our rollup details where we can define what is happening. All right, now we have a few areas where we need to enter information. We expand this pop-up and zoom in so it's easier to view. The first is source entity. This will default to the table called entity on this form, where you are creating your rollup column. As you can see, ours is account. Then we have hierarchy. Choose yes if you would like to include a parent-child relationship in your entity to roll up data across those relationships. In our example, I will keep it as no, but this would be useful if I wanted to see the revenue of any child accounts as well. Then I have my related entity. Here I can choose if I want to use data from a related entity in your rollup column. Since we want to get the estimated revenue of opportunities, we'll choose opportunities as our related entity. I have related entity filters. You can have additional filters for your related entity to really drill down on your data. Next, we have aggregation. So here's where you choose the aggregate function for your data. Some options we have are sum, count, min, max, or average. In this case, we choose sum. Open this up. And as you can see, these all are coming from opportunities, and we'll choose the sum of our estimated revenue. Again, we'll hit the little checkbox. This yellow ribbon at the bottom, this is just letting us know that this mass calculation job will automatically be scheduled to run approximately 12 hours from the time that the rollup field is saved. So I'll hit save and close. Now we'll add this column to our form. It's important to note that when we create our rollup column, additional columns are also created. For example, we have the base, then we have one for the last updated on, which you'll see how that it's used on the actual form itself, and then we have one for state. So creating one rollup column will actually have these three others automatically generate. I go to the form, and I'm going to click on my main account form. And as you can see here, I have the option to select from my estimated revenue and my estimated revenue base. I'm going to select just the revenue itself, as we don't need the base on the form. Right at the top here, just for easy navigation and viewing, you'll see that this is our estimated opportunity revenue column, and automatically with that comes our last updated column as well. Hit save. Then publish, so our updates are reflected. Now let's take a look at what it looks like. Again, calculations for a Rollup column in Dynamics 365 are carried out as asynchronous system jobs that work in the background. The scheduling is set up so that it will only run during non-operational hours for a business, but this can be adjusted by anyone with admin privileges. Users can manually refresh the column at any time, which I'll show in just a moment, provided that you have right privileges for that column. Now on the account, I can see that estimated opportunity revenue as well as the value associated with those 3 opportunity records. I also have my date that it's been last updated. If I want to run this manually, I'm able to select this little calculator icon right next to the name, and this recalculate button will appear. So clicking on this button will have this process run again, and then it will update the estimated time, which hasn't changed in our example just because it was just run now, and it would update the value as well. Again, not updating for us because this is a recent value. There are many use cases for Rollup columns. Another example is if a service department wants to see the number of high priority open cases across all accounts. Rollup columns are not only useful on a form as seen in this example, but can be used as part of a view, a chart, and in a report. In addition, you can use a rollup column as part of a calculated column and vice versa. It's worth noting the difference between a rollup and a calculated column. The difference here is that a calculated column is another behavior that calculates its value based on data from within a single record or parent instead of the aggregate of multiple columns. Finally, let's discuss some limitations to rollup columns. Rollup columns are read only. I would not be able to change this value manually as it is that aggregate of the values within the opportunity records themselves. The limitation for the number of rollup columns is 100 rollup columns per instance and 10 rollup columns per entity. Also, workflows cannot be triggered by rollup column updates, but workflows, calculated fields, and business rules can use rollup columns, but they will always use the last updated value of the rollup. So you cannot capture the value within a certain point in time because it's always pulling what is the latest updated value. Finally, rollup columns are only supported over directly related tables with a one-to-many relationship. A many-to-many relationship between tables is not supported. If you have any additional questions regarding Rollup Columns or Dynamics 365 in general, please reach out to Encore Business Solutions today.